Leland, our tech expert, and I rarely am able to present an electronics item that I know my mother wants, I know my father wants, I know my husband wants, I know my sister wants, I know I want, all for different reasons. But the fact of the matter is we all have memories that for, I don't know, 20 years or so were created with VHS, with our camcorders, with our tapes. And this is a fact, I wish it wasn't a true fact, but those tapes have a lifespan. Within 15 to 20 years, they've lost 20% of their integrity, which means the magnets that kind of make them give the pictures that you're seeing, they start to degrade over time, and suddenly those details on the face, they start to blur. And eventually, after 30 years, they can go completely blurry. And what you go to look for to see that person or to see that cousin or to see that memory and hear their voice, it started to degrade. We have a couple months left right now, a couple years left, depending on when you started to take those videos. Now is the time. I mean, it's been in the news lately saying, alert to everyone, if you have VHSs, now is the time to convert them to digital, because you have a couple years left before they're no longer going to be convertible. This is how to do it. I've checked around. I don't think you can find a better price. Emerson has created a multifunctional digital media recorder. What that means is you just plug it into that camcorder or into the VCR. You don't need to use your computer. And then the screen here is going to show you the video it's recording, and it's going to go right onto a DVD for you. You put the DVD right in here. Or it can go onto a USB, or it can go onto an SD drive, whatever you want to do, that your digital version, it'll record it onto it right there for you. We are going to include some DVDs as well with this, 25 of them, which I love. But again, you can put it onto whatever new version of digitization you want. So I thought, okay, $169, that's a pretty good price considering it was almost twice that before. Is there anywhere that can beat this price? There's not. Even the River store today is $10 more and doesn't have the same details that are added onto it. They don't have the same package. And I thought, well, what if I just wanted to turn my videos separately? But you know, I only have this many videos. How much would it cost to just send it to one of those services to do it, right? $9 was the lowest I found, up to $34.99 per tape. Per tape. So imagine you're now spending $35 per tape. Hopefully you don't have more than 5 tapes that you ever want to recover, because if you do, you've now spent more than the limitless amount of recovery you're getting from the Emerson. So this is why I say, it's the dance recitals, it's the wedding videos, it's the swim meets, it's the everything, and now it's the time, because if you wait 5 years, they may not be doable.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. This definitely has a time limit. This media was not meant to last. There's a cellulose material in here, and if you stored it incorrectly, that is a ticking time bomb. It really is. It's not gonna last, it's gonna degrade, it'll fade. You won't be able to see those memories much longer. By the way, the other thing I want you to be aware of is there is no such thing in the world as a brand new VCR. There isn't. They don't make them anymore. You have to buy an old one. And I didn't have one. I had tons and tons of these. And I will tell you, on average, Americans have about 10 VHS tapes, right? And it is baby's first steps. Maybe it's your wedding video that you haven't seen in years. Christmases, family vacations. So many precious memories are on VHS. This is going to offer you that in-home ability to be able to digitize. So let me show you. Here's the Emerson. Like you were saying, Natasha, you don't need a monitor. You don't have to plug this into a TV, or you don't have to have a computer to do it. So all you're going to do is take your device that you are receiving here from HSN. You're going to plug it into your source. So I did not have a VCR, as I mentioned. I went to a thrift store and I picked one up for $5. And I will tell you, this one has been throwing errors all day.
So you could use this or the camcorder?
Or a camcorder or a DVR. If you've got a DVR with some of your favorite TV shows on it and you want to be able to save them and preserve them in a digital format, you can do that. So here's how easy it is.
Just play the tape.
Just play the tape, that's right. Any device that can play, that's going to be your source. So as long as you're able to play it. So you can plug this in with the cables that we provide. You remember they're called the RCA cables, so the red, white, yellow. Plug it into the back of your VCR, or if you are holding on to that old camcorder because it's the only way you know of to be able to play that media that you shot on it, plug it in with the white, yellow that's on the side right here into your Emerson. Once you press play on the device, again, you're gonna see that video just pop up right here on your Emerson, so you don't need anything else for this. If you wanna be able to burn that disc, which of course we are, including 25 DVD discs, you simply open it up, the eject button's right over here, load it with your disc, press it right in. You might wanna change your quality. I do put mine on high quality. And then Natasha, all you do is push one button right there and you are digitizing and reliving your memories, because you can see them here on the screen in real time. So I love this whole concept, because now you're taking something that is not usable and you're making it digital. But you might be thinking, I don't want a DVD. My computer no longer has an optical drive in it, so a DVD doesn't really do me a lot of good. This is the most versatile media recorder we have ever offered. We've offered these from Sony in the past. It was called the DVD Direct. We've had tons of other brands over the years. They were always $300 or more. They were super expensive, but this one has more features. So look what I've done over here. I've popped in a USB drive. I have also put in an SD card. So if you prefer, instead of having that DVD, or in addition to burning a DVD, you could also do a USB or an SD card and have all of your family memories put into that. So here's what you're doing. You're taking that VHS tape, all of the footage that's on there, and now you have it on this digital format that you can now plug into any computer, Mac, PC, Chromebook, all of them. Play it back, store it on your computer if you want. If you don't have space on your computer, store it in the cloud, post it on social media, email it to friends and loved ones, so it's making your old
Make 1,000
memories
copies of it.
usable. You can. You absolutely
That's
can.
what I would do.
Yeah,
I don't
you
want to lose
absolutely
it.
can. You can do all of it. You can have it any which way you
Maybe
want.
5 copies, but you know.
Maybe 5. Well, you can mail them off to your mom
That's
and
what
dad.
I'm saying. As soon as it's digitized, it's as simple as pointing and clicking to put it onto a hard drive or to put it onto the computer. And I want it in as many places as possible. There is nothing more precious than those Christmas with the grandmother who's gone, or to have those abilities to hear my grandmother cheering me on at the swim meets before the smartphones were here. Those are our only sources of those voices and those pictures. And if we wait another 5 to 10 years, they might actually be gone from the tapes themselves. And that's why it's so important. I mean, I've been seeing so much of this in the news lately, saying, just letting all of you know as a public service that it's time to take those tapes and digitize them, because they have a lifespan and it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going back and finally deciding to do it 10 years from now and finding that the voice is unrecognizable, the face, you can't see the faces anymore. Now is the time. And think you could even make some money off of this. I mean, if someone had one of these, I'd pay them some dollars to do my videos.
Well, like you said, you could spend upwards of, you know, 10, 15, 20, $35 per tape. So if you have 10 tapes, that's gonna add up really fast. Now you can digitize for your mom, for your grandparents, your dad, all of his stuff. I love the fact that you could put an ad out there on social media and you could say, you know what, I'll digitize for you and I'll do it for, you know, less than what the competition is doing it for, make a little side hustle. This has 3 features. So not only does it digitize, but feature number 2 is really cool too. This has its own built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. You can download a free app on your phone, on your tablet, any of your mobile devices, and then you download a free app called Friendly Memories. Let me show you what it looks like right here. It's a little DVD disc, a little blue DVD disc. All you do to pair up to that Wi-Fi hotspot, Natasha, is you go into Wi-Fi. So I tapped on the radiating lines because I'm using an Android device here. It's a little different with Apple, but it comes up as DVD server. So I have connected to this Emerson, okay? So using that free application, I ignore the whole home screen. I just tap the cloud button in the corner, and this is gonna load everything that is on my cell phone. So it's gonna give me options to make a backup copy of all the content on my phone. So if you ever get that horrible message on your phone when you go to shoot a video of your kids or your pets, or you're trying to take pictures and it says you're out of space on your phone, look at this.
Hold on a second.
So this is giving me the option to look at the pictures on my phone, videos on my phone, or files, including music. So I'm gonna tap photos right here, and my hands are cold, so nothing's working on the screens today because my hands are freezing. Okay, take a look. Here's a picture of me as a little baby. My mom is holding me, and there's just a lot of wood paneling, girl, in that background, but we're gonna like just enjoy this memory. So I'm gonna select that one. I'm gonna click add. This is showing me what's plugged into my Emerson, okay? So it is showing me that, look, you've got a USB plugged in. Yep. I have a DVD disc inserted in the drawer, and I have an SD card. So I have 3 different options for where I can save that photo. I'm gonna do the USB. So I'm gonna save it right here. Wirelessly, without plugging your phone into anything, it is making a copy of that image or video or whatever it is I select onto this USB drive right here. So it is going to work to make that copy for me. And it's really fast, but I just hit this, so it came unplugged. But anyway, so now it's uploaded successfully. It gave me the little notification. So do you know what this means? This means you can now clear off some of the stuff that's on your phone.
You could do,
because you have a backup copy on a USB, on an SD card, or even on a DVD.
and that's saving you now $20, $40, $50 a month in additional cloud storage that everyone is paying monthly for now. You could just have this is my 2015 SD card. This is my 2016 SD card. And of course, again, make 1,000 copies because that's who I am. I want to remind you there is nowhere else that has this deal. The next closest was $10 more. And right now we have 5 Flex, which no one else does, which means $34. We ship it to you right away with free shipping and handling. This is the lowest price we've ever had. And we're also including 25 DVDs, which the next best competitor, $10 more, is not including. We also include all of the power adapters and those cords, that yellow and white cord. If you're like, well, that's the thing that she said I had to plug into where the tape was playing, but what if I don't have that cord? We include those. That's just fantastic. And one button technology is exactly what I'm looking for. So all you have to know is, am I putting it onto a shiny disc or onto one of the computer thingies? And I know that I am not the person to teach people, but the fact that it's only one button and I say, yeah, it's a shiny disc, and then go. And all of that. By the way, how much of a VHS can go on to one DVD?
So it depends on the quality you select, but almost an entire VHS tape will fit onto a DVD disc.
Wow.
Depending on the quality and depending on just how long the video footage is. But you can get hours of video onto a DVD. And then it depends on how big your memory card is or your USB storage is, because if it's a larger storage capacity, you could put your entire collection of VHS tapes onto one USB.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Say I just want one DVD to replace the one tape. Can I pause it midway and say, now I want to go to the high quality, this is the good part, this is the day we were at the Grand Canyon, and then turn that into high quality, but then make the rest of the tape that was the kind of whatever stuff, regular quality, to guarantee the whole video lasts on one DVD?
Yeah, of course, you can totally do that.
This is all I have to choose is the quality and then where I want it.
That's exactly right. And I'm going to show you the menus are really easy to use, but I wanted to prove to you that picture that was on my phone a moment ago has just been saved completely wirelessly onto this USB drive. I'm playing it on the Emerson because this is also a media player. So I'm going to show you that feature next. So this is 3-in-1. Digitizes, helps you make copies of content on your phone, and will play your media. So I'm going to jump in front right here because I want to show you guys, we plug this one in right here into this TV with an HDMI cable. A lot of us have HDMI cables at home. There's an HDMI port, a full-size one on the side of your Emerson. You just plug your Emerson into power. It does need to be powered with wall power. We include that adapter to be able to plug it in. And then all you're going to do is plug this into your TV. We didn't need this, but we did plug it in to be very thorough and just to show you what it looks like. So now I am playing this footage back off of a USB, but I could be playing it off of a DVD. So this is a portable DVD player.
Wow,
Isn't
with
that
the
cool?
screen, and it also has the hotspot. I remember my Sony digital camera when they first started introducing hotspots in them so you could put your photos onto your phone. It was like, here's an extra $500 that you had to pay for that feature.
That's true.
And this is now included. Remember, this is the best price by far anywhere on this media recorder. We are including 25 DVDs. And there's a time limit on your VHSs. Most of us started using them in the 80s, and we stopped in the early 2000s when we started using our phones to record, maybe the mid 2000s. That time limit is quickly approaching and already knocking on the door right now for some of those earlier VHSs. What that means is not, oh, it's gonna be a little grainy. It could really be the difference between you being able to recognize the face or not at all. The sound can be distorted. They might just be wobbly lines. Don't wait. Don't let the memories disappear. Don't let your children, their children, and their children not get the experience of actually getting to watch the history of your family and all of those memories because you didn't take advantage of a deal for $34 that used one button to solve all of that fear. This is how you keep advantage. I mean, whose favorite scene from National Lampoons isn't Chevy Chase in the attic with the hat on, watching the videos? Because that is what our heart, that's where our heart is. Our heart is in these videos.
That's absolutely true. My grandmother passed away when I was pregnant with my son, so he never had a chance to meet her. She didn't meet him. It's always a point of sadness for me that they didn't get to at least lay eyes on each other. But I keep her alive with him today because of the videos.
That's
and you can hear her little voice, her little southern accent, and her funny sayings. Bless your heart, and all those cute things she used to say. She was a riot. Oh my gosh, she would negotiate with anybody anywhere. In a department store, she would negotiate. This woman was amazing. She was so funny.
Oh, I love it.
But take a look at this. So easy to use, really, really simple menus. So, and I want you to realize too, maybe you have a lot of movies on DVD. Maybe you have an entire Disney collection or whatever it is. And DVDs don't really serve you right now. You want to be able to have a more portable format, like a USB or an SD card, because you want to put it in your computer for the road trip for the kids to be able to watch and enjoy, right? This is a way now that you can convert your entire DVD collection into USB or SD cards, because this can go from anything to anything. So I was talking to Suzanne the other night, and she was saying her wedding video is on VHS tape, but she did convert it. She paid a lot of money to have it converted to DVD about a decade or so ago.
Yeah.
But she never pops it in and watches it either. When you make it digital in a way that it's on a USB drive or it's on an SD card, now you can put that in your computer, because like I said earlier, a lot of the computers don't have optical drives. So this is a way that
that means not a CD slot.
That CD DVD slot, yeah, where you put it in and play the DVD. So look at these menus. Whatever you're going from, you can go to something else. So if we're going from a memory card to a CD.
If I have a DVD, I can turn it to a memory card using this?
Yes. So if you have that DVD collection of movies, like I was saying with Suzanne's wedding video is now on a DVD, but she would rather have a USB.
So you can convert not just your VHSs, but your DVDs as well.
Anything to anything.
And the time it takes to convert it, is that the time it takes for the video to play? Because it records in real time.
Yes, it's all real time. So maybe you want to step up, maybe you've been watching it a little bit lately, you don't really want to watch it during that conversion process. You can walk away, have a cup of coffee. When you come back, it'll probably be done. But
that's why everyone loves this, because it's not taking up your computer. You're not saying, I can't use my computer for the 2 hours while it converts. I can't use my TV for the 2 hours while it converts. That's what a lot of the other converters are doing. They're plugging into your computer or into your TV, and those things are out of commission while you are doing your conversions. But not here with this Emerson. It's why everyone loves it. It is its own TV. It is its own computer. As long as you're plugging into the thing that plays the tape, whether it's the VHS, VCR, excuse me, or whether it's the actual camcorder. You don't even have to plug it into the thing that plays the tape if you're converting a DVD to a memory card. That just only uses in and of itself. It's a closed circuit.
You just plug it into power for that.
I could have it going next to me while I'm watching TV. I could have it going next to me while I'm still on my computer, not taking up any of that technology. And in the time it takes to watch the video, I now have limitless copies of it. I have it on those little memory sticks. I have it on the card. I have it on the DVD. Can you only record it to one thing at a time?
One thing at a time.
Okay, so but you can do it again.
use the app while you're doing something else too. So you can multitask with the app and the Wi-Fi hotspot while you're converting. So you can do multiple things, but one at a time in terms of burning. And then think about this, maybe you have a CD collection, lots of favorite songs on a CD, but you don't have a CD player in your car and you haven't had one for 6-7 years, right? Now you're gonna be able to convert it to a USB. Now you're gonna be able to convert it to files that are easier to put on your phone. So you have different versions now that you're gonna be able to convert from and to. And this video right here, I just want to draw your attention to it. This is something that has made my husband sort of TV/internet famous. This is him when he was 2 years old.
Look at that.
And this was not stored very well. It was in extreme Florida heat in the attic, so it has degraded, but we stopped the aging process on this using Emerson, and at that same age, my son looked identical. And my son looks at this now and says, you look just like me, Daddy. It's so funny. And then I did some edits. So I did some wipes and some fades. I want everyone to be aware that we are including a 1-year subscription to FlexClip. This is gonna allow you to do some of that really cool editing. So the wipes, the fades, the transitions, all of that fun stuff. Also in your bundle, you're gonna receive some information about customer service. So there's a customer service hotline for you to use.
Oh, cool.
There are some YouTube resources that show you how to use the free application with that Wi-Fi hotspot to save data off of your phone so you You can clear your phone and never pay for the cloud again. So this just gives you a lot of options. There is support available for you. It comes in your package. And I love this for every single thing in your life. Playing media back, converting media from anything to anything and preserving your memories, and clearing off your phone, all with this one device.
I'm just thinking
So
of
cool.
Kristen and I in the living room performing The Lion King, the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it's only on VHS.
We need to see that. We need to see that.
There were stuffed animals around us for the circle of life moment, and it only exists on that tape, and it will never be seen. And in a couple years, it could be completely unseeable. Our faces, the sounds, all of the silliness. I'm thinking of the last Christmas with my grandmother. I'm thinking of hearing my grandmother cheer for me on the swim meet videos. The voices that were gone if they were